welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Doveston, and as always, it is wonderful that you are here with me for our weekly I Ching forecast for the week commencing the 16th of September. Yes, we are headed into the second half of the month. What happened for you in the first half with that changing line we were working through with the well in September 2024? Okay, so last week we had a locked hexagram, hexagram 15, modesty, humility. And I spoke about this idea of finding a path between the top of the mountain, where things are in excess or potentially in ego, and the valleys, which are the troughs, okay, where there's not enough power, not enough ego, where things are lowly, and that we find a way to bring the two together, or perhaps our life experience forces these two extremes to come to a center point, and we choose the path of balancing, adjusting, and moderating, tempering, all those kinds of words of finding the middle path to where it is that we need to go. And for you, in this past week, where did you find the extremes being brought together to find that middle path? Where did the middle path become the solution to a problem that you faced? And were you lifted up, or did you have something taken away because there was too much excess in whatever excess means to you? Right, we spoke about this idea of humility in power, finding our power and being humble and modest and balanced, and trying to make sense of how those two concepts can fit together. And perhaps we did some work to clear out some old stereotypes we had, that the meek and mild was wonderful, that the ego was wrong, or the other way around. Okay, so do share a comment if something came up for you from last week. This week, there's no locked hexagram. We definitely have a changing line, just one. Our first hexagram for this week, our main focus and flow of what the I Ching is asking us to focus on this week, is hexagram 30, Radiance. Okay, you know that the whole of August, our first hexagram was Radiance. And the week before last, we had Darkening of the Light return. Here we have another pattern. Okay, we're not yet finished with Radiance. It's come back to shine brightly for us. We are shining brightly. Our names are in lights. Okay, we are shining. When we work with this hexagram, we work with the idea of illumination. Now, illumination might be for you this week about coming up with an illumination, seeing something, being illumined, okay, being inspired, seeing something, perceiving something, having an inspirational thought, having an awakening to something, whatever level it is waking up to that new light, okay, and that light coming into our lives. So that might be one thing that this energy comes to help us bring. And it also might add to that flavor that as we are bright and we shine, we also are bright for others. We create a safe space. I love talking about the campfire, where we're all sitting around the campfire and the bonfire is burning. And as we are putting more logs on, as that leader putting those logs on, we are making that fire bigger and bigger. We are warming our team to each other, our families to each other. We're gathering around the flame, and we're creating a cohesive unit. This is a wonderful energy to build teams through, of warming and uniting and connecting with other people. Whether it's in your family or whether it's in your workplace, this is a lovely energy to do that, because the flow is there, the illumination is there, the clarity is there. And with a fire, with this particular hexagram, we also have to understand that the fuel we burn, okay, what burns for us, right, about how we burn, what we burn, the fuel that we cling to, okay, and what is that fuel? Is it a quality fuel that allows us to shine brightly for a very long period of time or not? Okay, do we fizzle out? But there's an opportunity for us to burn brightly and to cling to our values, to cling to what's important, to our spiritual principles. And because we do that, wow, okay, we are shining brightly. And that creates a pathway for others, okay. A wonderful hexagram of seeing things outside of the norm, because we are seeing with a greater vision, okay, we have clarity, We can see things, okay? We can see beyond where perhaps the limits of our vision were before, and we can see things that live there, both good and troublesome. And that means we can deal with them because we now had an illumined experience. Okay. Now, one changing line, as I said, in the second position, beautiful position. This line is a connection is there. It is a blessing. Lean into it. All the doors are open and the flow is there. Okay, there's a wonderful, wonderful burning light that comes through the middle path. Now, it's so interesting that last week we had the middle path, the middle way, the place of balance as our locked hexagram. And this week, our little changing line sitting here in the second position is all about blessings that come through the middle path. And so we get this blessing by having walked the path of the middle. Okay. Perhaps in last week's journey, something clicked into place where we found that way through the mountain. Okay, because we took the middle path and now the doors are open. So there's a huge amount of beautiful yellow light. Okay, yellow, the color of the middle way, of the mean. Yellow light pouring into us through this portal that opens up because of the middle path, because of this radiance and what we cling to and what's important and what we're here to do. I don't know how this is going to look and experience for us. You are going to have to work with that, and each of us will have an experience of what this line means if it appears for us, because it might not. But wow, what a lovely energy to work with, that we can tap into this yellow light, that we can just open up the doors and allow the flow. There's this kind of wonderful perpetual energy tied to the whole monthly September of the doors opening and the abundance and the blessings flowing. And so too do we have it this week. Now, our outcome hexagram is one changing line, okay? And the changing line, often if there's just one, it'll give you a clue as to where the outcome hexagram is coming, or rather is manifesting through, and is hexagram 14, possession in great measure or abundance, the wealth hexagram. This is not just about money. Okay, you know when I talk about this hexagram, that this is not just about the cash. Okay, this is about wealth. And wealth is people, connections, relationships, learning, knowledge, skills and abilities, perspectives. Okay, there's so much to what makes wealth happen. If you were to take any of these like famous wealthy people, like a Richard Branson or any of them, and you to suddenly take all their money away today, tomorrow they're already manifesting because they have all these networks and resources. They have wealth in all these other areas. It's not just about the money. So we're working this week with understanding our abundance consciousness, understanding where do we have to do some work to open up the doors. But with this changing line, I mean, the doors are opening. We just have to play along. There's an opportunity to break through, perhaps, some limits that we've put in place in the way we think about what wealth means. And sometimes we do, this is a generalization, we do get caught up in what's in the hand, all right? Okay, what is in the bank account? What is sitting here in the wallet? And we forget that wealth is so much more than that. There are so many ways we can tap into and work with the abundant flow. And there's absolutely no reason why we don't deserve it or we are being blocked from it. We just got lots of learning to do how to open those doors. And somehow in this week, something connects, something is helping us to widen up, that entrance, that connection, that opening to what it is we need to do and where we need to apply our energy. I can't wait for this week. All the shining brightly, naming lights, shining brightly for others, shining a path, abundance, blessings, the doors opening. Oh my goodness, this golden yellow light. I can just feel it on my eyeballs. Yes, I'm up for that. And I affirm that it makes itself known to you, that beautiful yellow light shines its golden warmth upon you, that you feel it, that you feel that you can do this, that you've got the tools and resources in life to go for it, because you do. You are wealthy beyond measure. Thank you so much. If this was meaningful, thumbs up. A like would be great. Please subscribe either on the YouTube or on the podcast, wherever fine podcasts are found. And I look forward to seeing you in our next weekly overview. Until then, be abundant and be bright. Shine brightly for others.